Phew! Hey guys, welcome back to Blue Planet. We're here with the owner of Blue Planet, Robert Stehlik.
Hello.
We're talking specifically about the fishbone model, the new Smart Carbon series from Blue Planet Surf. This fishbone is a 911, 34 wide at 190 liters. I've surfed this board. I've had some dream sessions on this board, Rob. Tell me what you think about this fishbone.
Well, I mean, the fishbone model, the idea was to have something that's kind of user-friendly, easy to use, stable, but still fun to ride in the waves and just a good all-around board, you know. So, we have the more high-performance line of like dedicated surf models that are good for like bigger waves and stuff like that. So, and then the fishbone models is kind of a little bit more user-friendly, more stable, thicker rails, more volume, and a little bit wider, more stable. So, so it makes it much easier to catch waves. It still surfs really nice, you know. So, compared to the high performance boards, it's just a really fun board to ride, and doesn't take as much effort and skill to use it, you know.
You bet.
Yeah.
It's been great on some small to medium sized waves. Some features of this board: it's got the patented SUP grip handle from Blue Planet Surf with the vent core air plug to allow air to escape, but no water to get in. It's got a brand new deck pad, EVA foam deck pad. It's got the nice kick pad on there, also your heel arch, a double leash plug system. Comes with 5 fin slots, right? So we got your 10-inch US center fin box, plus your trailers and your side bites. Also, it's full carbon fiber in a sandwich construction. So you've got high density foam sandwiched in between 2 layers of carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is at a 80-20 weave. So it's not just your 90-90, it's weaved in a way that allows the flex pattern to translate energy better. Just a really cool construction. Like, how'd you come up with that?
Well, I mean, it's the factory we're working with in Vietnam. They've been making boards for decades, you know, and then 2 generations actually. So, and they just really do nice quality work. And I've been trying to get into this factory for years, and so happy with working with them now, and the results we're getting. Really excited about kind of a new era for Blue Planet. I think these boards, the quality is phenomenal, and the weight and the weight to strength ratio is just excellent, you know. And then this shape you can see too has like sharp, harder rails in the tail here, pretty thinned out tail, and then it kind of softens up here, very gradual, and then this kind of a little bit more forgiving in the rails up here, so it doesn't catch rail and stuff like that. A little slight concave in the nose that kind of allows the water to kind of go underneath and create more lift. In the center, in the middle, I have it pretty flat on the bottom, which allows the board to kind of turn easily and be maneuverable, creating, it still creates a lot of lift. I don't really like to have concaves in the middle of the board because it kind of puts the boards like it feels like it's on tracks. So by making it flat, it kind of goes rail to rail a little bit easier. And then having a little bit of V in the tail also helps with that. It has a little bit of V that kind of allows you to go from rail to rail a little bit easier, smoother transition. And then one of the most important thing and often overlooked things on a board shape is the rocker line, having like a nice continuous smooth rocker that kind of fits well on the water, so like fits the wave and allows you to turn well, but still, if you have too much rocker, it can slow you down too, so you want something that creates lift and is quick to plane, but still allows you to turn easily. So so these shapes have definitely been an evolution over years and years of many different models that we went through in R&D. So yeah,
that's awesome.
And then the deck pad, let me just mention that real quick too. Super excited about this deck pad. Super grippy material. This is actually made with high recycled content EVA. So like when from the shoe industry and different industries, they have a lot of extra pieces of EVA that's actually new EVA foam that hasn't been used, but it's waste material that they can recycle into making deck pads, so it's kind of environmentally friendly too, but that's why you see these little specks in there, because it's high recycled content. And then we have like this fine pattern cut out. Maybe you can come a little bit closer and show that, but it has like a fine crisscross pattern. And then there's also these little micro dots. So it's like heat compressed together. Then it's super grippy. I mean, the surface is very, very grippy. And it also keeps water from absorbing into it, you know, so it stays lightweight even when it's wet. And then this one has a little bit thinner material. It's still very grippy, but just to save on weight, that we got the super grippy material in the standing area where you stand a lot, and also on the tail pad. And then this one is a little bit thinner, but not quite as padded, but still very grippy. And then these little triangles here that kind of goes with our design in the front, and the waves in the deck pad. So yeah, this is Mark's design, Mark Lavelle's design, the Ho'okipa, representing the Maui, islands of Maui, and the protector of the ocean, Maui fishhook. So got more information on that if you want to look that up. But yeah, so those are just some of the features.
Like I said, dream sessions on this board I've surfed, and it was super fun, and like knee high, waist high. Just what I loved about it most is it had a lot of stability, really easy to gain momentum, really easy to scoop into the wave, and also the bottom turns, top turns were very smooth. Is basically just drop the foot back, get a little bit more weight on the tail, and this thing comes ripping around. So really love this fishbone. What would you say for someone who's shopping for a paddleboard? Why would they want to buy this fishbone in particular?
Well, I mean, you know, you got the 911 size, so it's actually fairly compact for a board with 190 liter volume, you know, so yeah. It's fairly short, and 34 wide gives you a lot of stability. The weight is super light, you know, so it's very easy to transport, carry around, and then also the light weight makes it easier to turn, less, you know, swing weight, easy to maneuver. And then, like you said, these boards really like to turn off the tail with that rounded pintail design. Yeah. And the fins underneath your foot is kind of where you want to be, like with your back foot back here or close to the tail pad. That's where the board really can spin around, swivel, basically pivot on the tail, you know, and you can throw some spray and stuff like that. But, you know, you can also ride it more forward, turn it from the middle. But, you know, if you really want to do some maneuvering, that's when you want to get your foot on the tail. And you know, one of the tricks is when you're surfing this, if you have your back foot in the back, the front foot, because the board is pretty wide, 34 inches wide, if you move your front foot from rail to rail, like from one side to the other as you're turning it, it'll really allow you to kind of dig in those rails and turn it, even though it's a fairly thick board and has a lot of width and stability. You can still turn it well as long as you shift your weight a little bit, you know, with the front foot. So
that's one thing that I think is underestimated in paddleboard surfing, or at least that completely changed my approach to surfing, was the ability to move your feet. A lot of beginner surfers don't recognize that after you plant your foot, you can still move around on the board, right? And being able to do that, practicing that more, you have a lot more versatility with your movement. And paddleboards like this, that have a pretty good length and some width, but also a really fun surf shape, they give you a lot more opportunity to practice that footwork and learn how to grow as a maneuvering surfer. So super rad board. We're stoked to have Rob here to show us the fishbone. Any last comments on fishbone?
Well, so the volume of 190 liters, you know, it's actually big enough for beginners up to about 200 pounds, I would say, or kind of entry-level paddlers. It's, you know, not an ideal learner board, but because of the high volume and stability, it's actually a user-friendly all-round board. Nice. And then can, you know, so that, you know, the high volume is something nice. And then as you get better, you actually even heavier, like, you know, up to, I would say, like 220, 240 people. Paddlers that's who this board is designed for, you know, who want a little bit more stability. And then the colors, it comes in this blue color, and then we also have a yellow, a red, and a teal. So I think we're replacing the red with the teal, but we got a few different color options on them. And then we also have a bigger model and some smaller models coming out soon. So
anything else
fishbone
included?
line.
Pardon me,
So
anything
it comes
else
with
included?
5 fins included. It's a simple plastic fin set. You know, if you want more high performance, we have carbon and carbon fiberglass fins available that are nice high performance fins. So there's a few different options for the fins. If you order on our website, we include free air cargo shipping to the nearest major airport in our website price.
So the board comes with your standard 2+1 fin setup, but you also have the Evolution carbon fins, which comes as a quad.
Quad, and we also have center fins,
You also
different
have
size
the
center
fin
fins available. Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
high performance fin options for you. And if you're ordering off the website, it includes shipping to your nearest major airport.
That's correct.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. And
Thanks for
we also have these deck pads available, and as aftermarket, if you have a board that you want to use these awesome deck pads on, we have them available.
So hard to find deck pads out there, Rob. So nice to have some premium deck pads available at Blue Planet for your paddleboard adventures.
That's right.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Aloha.
It's a fishbone.